One of the m- most important things that I encourage people to do is self care and love. Um, it doesn't matter what crisis you're in, what you're struggling with, those two things are so essential towards helping yourself to, yeah. I mean, there's just nothing there's nothing I can say that would really emphasize how important these two things are. Self love is all about doing, having compassion towards yourself, forgiving yourself, loving yourself, even just nurturing and loving yourself in a physical, tangible way. It's also doing something nice for yourself. My wife, one of her ways of showing self love is just getting a cup of ice, having ice to chomp on. Because when she was homeless, uh, that was a treat, right? That was a treat to have cold ice water, and it was a way of her giving herself some love. For me, I mean, I have a lot of things that I do, even something like having ice cream or just going and laying in the grass or some some simple things is taking a hot bath or shower or having a nice cup of tea that you could just feel the warmth and feel the smell the odor and tasting it. Those are just little self-loving things. Could be like getting yourself some Oreos. It doesn't necessarily always have to be healthy or whatever, but something that is loving, something that you appreciate, something that you enjoy. Give it to yourself. Do it for yourself. And then take that reflective moment to reflect on it. Like, I am loving myself. This is good. I like this. This is what I want. I love me. You know, affirming that, and working towards believing it. My another thing that my wife taught me, with self love is, even when we don't feel like we have it, but we can show it to a kitten or to a baby or to a hurt animal. Like, we have this love within us that we're able to express to something else. It enables us to see that it's within us. We have it now. We just turn it onto ourselves, right? We send ourselves that love. First, maybe we need to tap into it with a cute puppy or something, going to a pet store and just seeing something adorable and cute and just being, oh, and loving it and feeling that, reflecting on that feeling, and then bringing it back. Oh, I love myself too, and tell yourself that. It's powerful. Now, as for self care, um, self care, first and foremost, is the physical, right? If if we can eat, if we need to eat, if we need to drink some water, if we need some sleep, which is in crisis, that is something that I come across many times is people lacking sleep, so they start becoming delusional or hallucinating or um, anxious or overwhelmed. Everything's so overwhelming because our mind's kind of foggy or we're in this state. So sleep is very helpful. Um, taking care of our hygiene, taking care of our environment, doing things that improve our environment or clean up our environment because it has a way. Our environment has a way of reflecting not only our mind and what's going on, the turmoil that's going on, but it also impacts it. So maybe we're feeling frazzled and stuff and things are getting left around everywhere and there's just clutter, um, because of our state of mind. But then also, like, we could be in a kind of like a chill state of mind, but the environment, the clutter and the frazzledness and not being able to find stuff can actually like trigger feeling frazzled. So just doing something is tending to the environment, cleaning things up, taking care of chores and things as they arise. Like, if there's a spill, don't leave it for later, but just deal with it. And it might be difficult, but making a habit of that, right, can make a difference. That's the physical side. On the emotional side, address emotions, honor your emotions, recognize your emotions, give them room to be. It's okay to not feel good all the time or to be angry or upset or depressed. Like, we're not trying to add a second layer of being down on ourselves because of it. Just acknowledging the emotions, giving them space to be, helping going through a processing them, work with journaling. That I have a video on journaling, a link to this video. Talk with people, express yourself, really feel your emotions, work through them. Don't just get stuck in them, right? Because that'll just bring us down, triggering thoughts of, taking us down negative self-talk. Another video I talk about. So that's the emotional side. Work with the mind, work with shifting the thinking and beliefs. Those videos I linked to this video. Challenge yourself, do Wordle or crosswords or Sudoku, do activities that are kind of like stimulating the brain, be creative, learn something. These are all things you can do. Join groups, socialize. That actually, socialization is another area in our life that we work with. But for the mental sphere, like really stimulate it, right? Because if we're just stuck in the same thoughts, watching the same videos, doing the same things, just churning away, it's just draining. It's just kind of, we're just stuck. So shifting things, doing something different, go to an art museum or go to the library and just walk around and see if there's a book that's interesting, or watch some documentaries, do something that expands the mind. Socially, which I just talked about, join some groups, even if they're online, some interest groups, meet new people, get out and about, do things that connect you with other people, even if you have social anxiety and that's something that like you don't know if you can engage, but be present. Go to a ball game and be an observer. Sit at a coffee shop and just be in your own space. You don't necessarily have to like jump right into a conversation or a relationship, but put yourself in a place where you're starting to get a little bit of social energy and interaction going on, even if it's someone asking you, what do you want? Be like, make you a coffee drink, or, order something at a restaurant, or, whatever it is. And then, spiritually, like if that is something that, that you are inclined towards, read your sacred texts, engage with people that are doing practices, do rituals, which is something I talk in a video, and I'll link to this one. Engage with nature and with energetic things, branch out, check out things, research and what is spirituality, and really expand yourself, because part of that is it expands our sense of self, which it opens us up to new ways of thinking and perceiving reality and experiencing reality and experiencing ourselves and our sense of self. That grows as we expand ourselves. So self-care is very important towards taking care of ourselves, right? And because if we're not doing that, then other things are going to fall apart. And self-love is a way of inviting joy and love into ourselves, which helps shift our feelings and our beliefs about ourselves and a host of other things.